Have you ever wondered how certain organizations and groups manage to profoundly influence the thoughts and behaviors of their members? In this video, we will unveil the mental control tactics employed by cults and extremist groups, revealing the methods they use to manipulate and shape their beliefs. Understanding these strategies is crucial for protecting yourself against social manipulations and identifying warning signs in environments that may appear harmless. Equipping you with this knowledge, we will explore not only the risks but also the solutions. By the end, you will be more aware and prepared to confront unwanted influences in your life and community. Don't miss the opportunity to strengthen your mind and your decisions. Stay with us until the end. Have you ever stopped to think about how some organizations and groups can deeply influence the thoughts and behaviors of their members? The phenomenon of mental control is more common than many realize, and understanding its nuances is fundamental to protecting yourself and others. In this video, we will explore the mental control tactics used by cults and extremist groups, revealing the methods they employ to manipulate and shape beliefs. Over the years, various cults and groups have utilized sophisticated techniques to capture the minds of vulnerable individuals, often leading them to make harmful decisions. In this context, knowledge becomes your best defense. Have you ever felt pressured to adopt a particular worldview? Or noticed how certain groups can alter the way we think about ourselves and society? These questions are crucial, as by exploring mental control tactics, we not only identify the risks but also uncover ways to protect ourselves. In this video, we will equip you with the necessary tools to recognize and avoid these manipulations. By the end, you will be more aware of the influences surrounding you and prepared to make informed decisions in your life. So, stay with us until the end and join us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Your mind is your greatest asset, and by understanding it better, you can defend yourself against the traps of social manipulation. To fully understand the tactics we will explore in this video, it is essential to define what mental control really means. Mental control can be described as a process by which an individual or group influences the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors of others, often without their conscious consent. This influence can occur in various ways, ranging from subtle persuasion techniques to more explicit and coercive methods. In social psychology, mental control is often associated with manipulation and conformity, where a group exerts pressure on its members to adopt specific beliefs or behaviors. The environment in which these tactics are applied plays a crucial role. Closed groups, such as cults, often create a space where critical thinking is discouraged and loyalty to the group is encouraged. As a result, members become increasingly dependent on the imposed beliefs and values, losing the ability to question the reality that surrounds them. Furthermore, mental control can be viewed as a spectrum, ranging from manipulative techniques in social contexts to more extreme practices involving isolation or coercion. This comprehensive understanding is vital, as it allows us to recognize that mental control is not just a feature of obscure cults but a reality that can manifest in various forms in our daily lives. As you delve deeper into this topic, you will begin to notice how these tactics can infiltrate social groups, influencing not only individual behavior but also social dynamics in general. This awareness is the first step in protecting yourself against the traps of mental control. Mental control is not a new concept. Its roots can be traced throughout the history of humanity, from ancient times to the present day. Groups and organizations have employed manipulation and control techniques to influence individuals and societies, and many famous cases highlight how these practices can be both subtle and insidious. Historically, mental manipulation has been applied in various cultures and contexts. For instance, during the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church used religious indoctrination as a means of control, shaping the beliefs of the masses and establishing almost absolute power over the faithful. Through constant repetition of doctrines and rituals, the institution was able to create a reality in which opposition was viewed not merely as heresy but as a path to eternal damnation. In the 20th century, mental control took on new forms, particularly with the emergence of cults and extremist movements. One of the most notable examples is the cult led by Jim Jones, the People's Temple, which culminated in a tragic mass suicide in 1978. Jones used techniques of isolation, fear, and emotional manipulation to control his followers, leading them to believe that the only possible escape from their lives lay in total submission to him and his vision. This shocking event served as a warning about the dangers of mental control and the human vulnerability to manipulation. Another significant case is that of the Church of Scientology, which is frequently accused of employing mental control tactics to recruit and retain members. Its methods include the use of a proprietary language that not only separates members from the outside world but also reinforces loyalty and obedience to the organization. Moreover, practices such as auditing, a form of therapy, are used to create a deep bond between the member and the church, making it difficult to disconnect from the group. These examples illustrate how mental control can be a powerful tool for manipulation. Understanding the history of these tactics not only reveals patterns of human behavior but also helps us identify how these influences continue to manifest today, especially in groups seeking to gain fervent followers. As we delve into the specific tactics employed in mental control, it is crucial to remember that understanding the history of these practices can better equip us against their contemporary manifestations. Awareness of what has transpired in the past can serve as a shield, helping us avoid repeating the same mistakes and protect those around us. Mental control manifests in various forms, and understanding these tactics is essential for recognizing and resisting them. Below, we will explore some of the most common techniques used by cults and extremist groups to influence and manipulate individuals. One of the most effective mental control tactics is social isolation. Manipulative groups often distance their members from friends, family, and other support networks. This separation is a deliberate strategy to create emotional dependency on the group, making individuals more vulnerable to its messages and doctrines. By eliminating external influences, the group can easily reinforce its beliefs and practices without question. Isolation can occur physically, such as through restrictions on travel or prohibitions on interactions with individuals outside the group, or emotionally, by creating an atmosphere where any criticism of the group is viewed as betrayal. This controlled environment allows group leaders to strengthen their narrative and delegitimize information that could cause doubts or internal conflict. Isolated members often experience a profound sense of loneliness, which makes them more likely to cling to the group for emotional support. This tactic is particularly effective because, by undermining external connections, the group becomes the sole source of validation and understanding, facilitating control over the thoughts and behaviors of individuals. Moreover, social isolation can lead to a phenomenon known as thought reform, where the individual's cognitive processes become aligned with the group's ideologies. As the external feedback loop diminishes, individuals may find themselves increasingly internalizing the group's beliefs, further entrenching their dependence. Understanding these dynamics is critical, as it reveals how isolation not only serves to control individuals but also to dismantle their ability to think critically or independently. By recognizing the signs of social isolation and its manipulative intent, individuals can cultivate stronger relationships with their support networks and remain vigilant against the subtle encroachments of mental control. In the following sections, we will further examine other tactics that groups use to enforce their ideologies and maintain dominance over their members. Repetition is a powerful technique in indoctrination and is frequently employed by groups seeking to implant new beliefs in their members. Through constant exposure to specific ideas and assertions, group leaders create a form of conditioning, where repetition leads to the acceptance of imposed beliefs. This process can include the recitation of slogans, frequent review of sacred texts, or participation in regular rituals that reinforce the group's core ideas. Over time, repetition not only normalizes these beliefs but also integrates them into the individual's identity, making it difficult for them to question or abandon these ideas. Moreover, repetition creates a familiarity effect, whereby ideas become more acceptable as they are repeatedly presented. This leads members to feel that these beliefs are natural and unquestionable, complicating any critical analysis or rational scrutiny of them. Indoctrination through repetition transforms personal opinion into dogma, thereby limiting critical thinking abilities. Another common tactic is the installation of fear and insecurity. Manipulative groups often exploit individuals' vulnerabilities, using fear as a control mechanism. This approach may involve spreading external threats, such as the notion that the world outside the group is dangerous and hostile, or promoting apocalyptic consequences for those who do not adhere to the group's beliefs. Group leaders may resort to stories of severe punishments for those who leave or question the group's doctrines, creating a climate of fear that discourages dissent. This atmosphere of insecurity not only keeps members compliant but also leads them to rely increasingly on the group as their sole source of safety and protection. Furthermore, the installation of fear may manifest in promises of personal calamities, such as illness or financial disasters, should the member choose to leave or criticize the group. This tactic is effective in creating a bond of dependency, as individuals feel compelled to remain in the group to avoid the threats that have been instigated. Recognizing these tactics is vital for anyone wishing to safeguard themselves against manipulation. By understanding how repetition and fear can be wielded as tools of control, individuals can develop strategies to resist such influences and maintain their autonomy in the face of coercive ideologies. As we move forward, we will explore additional methods used by groups to reinforce their hold on members, equipping you with the knowledge to recognize and challenge these insidious practices. Language and secret jargon are important tools in the arsenal of manipulative groups. These groups often develop a specific terminology that not only differentiates members from the outside world but also reinforces internal cohesion and loyalty. The use of a proprietary language can create a sense of belonging, where members feel part of something exclusive and special. This terminology may include words or phrases that carry specific meanings within the group's context, and members quickly learn to use them as a sign of loyalty and understanding. Furthermore, secret jargon can complicate communication between members and non-members, creating a barrier that prevents outsiders from comprehending the group's practices and beliefs. This use of language not only reinforces the group's identity but also diminishes the possibility of criticism, as those who do not understand the jargon are excluded from discussions and the group experience. The impact of language and jargon is profound, as it shapes members' perceptions and understanding of the world. By internalizing this language, individuals also internalize the beliefs and values it represents, further solidifying the group's control over their minds. Emotional manipulation is a central technique employed by groups to influence decisions and behaviors. Leaders of these groups are often skilled at exploiting individuals' emotions, using strategies that generate feelings of guilt, shame, or euphoria. By leveraging these emotional triggers, group leaders can effectively guide members' actions, encouraging them to conform to group norms or undertake actions that they might otherwise question. For instance, a leader may highlight the perceived shortcomings of a member, fostering feelings of guilt that compel the individual to increase their commitment to the group in an effort to rectify their standing. Similarly, the use of euphoric experiences, such as intense group rituals or collective celebrations, can create a powerful sense of belonging and exhilaration, making it difficult for members to step back and critically assess their involvement. This emotional rollercoaster reinforces dependency on the group for emotional fulfillment, which is a hallmark of successful manipulation. As we continue to explore these tactics, we will delve into the psychological underpinnings of emotional manipulation, shedding light on how these techniques create a powerful hold over individuals and the significant implications for their autonomy and decision-making. A common form of emotional manipulation is the promotion of a worldview that relies on emotion to maintain members' loyalty. For instance, leaders may create situations that lead to collective euphoria, such as ceremonies or rituals that generate a strong sense of belonging. These moments of intense emotional connection reinforce the idea that happiness and satisfaction are intrinsically linked to the group. Conversely, guilt and shame are also employed to maintain compliance. Members may be led to believe that their happiness or personal success depends on strict adherence to the group's rules and beliefs. When a member questions or distances themselves from the group, they may be confronted with messages suggesting that their choice is not only harming themselves but also their peers. This emotional manipulation creates a vicious cycle of dependency, where individuals feel compelled to remain in the group, even when there is evidence of harmful behaviors. The result is blind loyalty that can be difficult to break. The power dynamics within a group are one of the most critical aspects that contribute to mind control. Cults and extremist groups often establish a rigid hierarchy that concentrates power in the hands of a few leaders, creating a structure where obedience is not only expected but demanded. This setup facilitates manipulation, as members are taught to trust their leaders implicitly, often without questioning their decisions or motivations. A leader within a group often presents themselves as a charismatic and authoritative figure, someone viewed as a savior or spiritual guide. This central figure is frequently idolized, and their words are regarded as absolute truths. Loyalty to this figure is not merely encouraged, it becomes a fundamental component of the member's identity. In many cases, leaders employ persuasive techniques, such as creating an image of infallibility, to solidify their position of power. Members are then led to believe that questioning the leader is equivalent to questioning the truth. This belief generates a fear that serves as a powerful motivator for compliance. Over time, unwavering trust in the authority of the leader can strip members of their critical thinking abilities, leading them to accept ideas that, under normal circumstances, would seem irrational. In addition to the figure of the leader, many groups operate within well-defined hierarchical structures, where obedience and conformity are fundamental to maintaining order. In these groups, advancement within the hierarchy is often encouraged, leading members to compete for the leader's favor and attention. This competition can reinforce loyalty, as those who excel are frequently rewarded with recognition, privileges, or even authority over other members. As we continue to dissect these power dynamics, it becomes clear how crucial understanding them is to recognizing the mechanisms of control at play. The intricate web of hierarchy and emotional manipulation creates a fertile ground for mind control to flourish, and it is essential to remain vigilant against these influences, both within groups and in broader societal contexts. These hierarchical structures not only promote obedience but also create an environment of mutual surveillance. Members are encouraged to monitor one another, reporting any behavior that deviates from the group's norms. This surveillance fosters a climate of fear and conformity, where individuality is sacrificed in the name of loyalty to the group. The combination of the leader's authority with a rigid hierarchical structure results in an environment where dissent is severely discouraged, and loyalty to the group becomes a matter of emotional survival. This dynamic is one of the reasons many individuals remain in harmful groups, even when they recognize the damage these structures cause. Mind control can have devastating and lasting consequences for individuals who are targeted by its tactics. While the immediate effects may be visible, such as compliance and the adoption of specific beliefs, the long-term repercussions often manifest as psychological trauma, difficulties in reintegrating into society, and a profound identity crisis. In this chapter, we will examine these effects, highlighting how mind control can impact individuals' lives even after they leave a manipulative group. One of the most profound effects of mind control is psychological trauma. Individuals who leave cults or extremist groups often experience a complex set of feelings, including guilt, shame, and anxiety. These feelings can be exacerbated by how they were treated within the group. Many members are subjected to intense emotional manipulations, which can lead to post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. The traumas caused by experiences of mind control are not confined to the time a person spent in the group. Often, the struggle to adapt to life outside the group can be challenging. The individual may find it difficult to trust others or to establish healthy relationships, resulting in social isolation. The reprogramming of beliefs and behaviors that were solidified during their time in the group can take years, and some individuals may never fully regain their emotional autonomy. Moreover, the feeling of lost identity is common. When a group's beliefs and values become the sole means of understanding the world, leaving that group can leave individuals feeling lost and purposeless. This identity crisis is a painful component of recovery, and many who have undergone mind control may feel that they are constantly struggling to understand who they really are, outside the influences of the group. Recovering from this painful process requires time, support, and often therapy. Individuals who distance themselves from manipulative groups may benefit from supportive environments where they can rebuild their lives and learn to trust themselves and others again. The healing process is not linear and may involve emotional setbacks and persistent doubts about one's identity. However, it is possible to regain autonomy and the ability to think critically, rediscovering a new way of seeing the world and oneself. In this chapter, we will also explore the stories of individuals who managed to escape the clutches of mind control and how they found paths to recovery. These narratives not only illuminate human resilience but also offer hope for those still struggling with the consequences of mind control. The journey of recovery is a testament to the fact that, despite the challenges, it is possible to rebuild one's life and find a sense of identity that is not tethered to a manipulative group. Behavioral changes can manifest as a disinterest in activities that were previously enjoyed or the adoption of new practices that seem forced or disconnected from the individual's former identity. For example, a love for music or sports may be replaced by an obsession with the group's doctrines, which can raise concern among friends and family. These transformations may be subtle, but when taken together, they indicate that the person may be under the influence of an external force. Another revealing sign of mind control is social isolation. Individuals under the influence of manipulative groups often distance themselves from friends and family, creating a space where the group becomes the sole source of support and validation. This may be promoted by the group's own dynamics, which discourage or prohibit interactions with people outside their sphere. In addition to isolation, emotional disconnection is a common feature. Members of manipulative groups may appear emotionally distant or apathetic towards issues that were once significant to them. This depersonalization may reflect the indoctrination process, where personal identity is eclipsed by the identity of the group. If you notice someone withdrawing from important connections and seeming less engaged in their life, this may be an indicator that they are being mentally controlled. Blind acceptance of authority is a critical sign of mind control. When a person begins to accept everything that the group leader says as absolute truth, without questioning or critiquing, this is a strong indicator of manipulation. This subservience may manifest as a refusal to discuss or challenge the leader's decisions, even when those decisions are harmful or illogical. Recognizing these signs is vital for protecting oneself and others from harmful influences. By being attentive to behavioral changes, social isolation, and blind acceptance of authority, you can take proactive steps to prevent mental manipulation. Protecting oneself against mind control is essential to avoid becoming a victim of cults and manipulative groups. In this chapter, we will discuss strategies that can help individuals stay informed and aware, as well as practical tools for self-protection. Equipping oneself with knowledge and developing critical thinking skills can be the first line of defense against manipulation tactics. One of the most effective ways to prevent mind control is through education and awareness. Understanding the principles of social psychology and the persuasion tactics used by manipulative groups can help individuals identify suspicious behaviors and distance themselves from potentially dangerous situations. Studying cases of known cults and their control strategies can provide a clear overview of what to look out for. Participating in workshops, reading books on the subject, and consuming content from experts in social psychology can be extremely beneficial. Additionally, openly discussing mind control with friends and family can create a supportive environment where everyone is aware of the risks and prepared to intervene if someone is being manipulated. Another essential strategy is the development of critical thinking skills. This involves the ability to question information, analyze arguments, and arrive at well-founded conclusions. Individuals who cultivate critical thinking are less likely to accept statements without question and more capable of identifying logical fallacies or inconsistencies in the group's messages. To enhance these skills, it is important to practice the critical analysis of information and foster intellectual curiosity. This can be achieved by debating ideas, analyzing texts, and challenging one's own beliefs. Moreover, it is vital to develop the ability to seek multiple sources of information, allowing for a more holistic understanding of issues and preventing the acceptance of a single point of view. Encouraging an environment where questioning is promoted not only helps protect oneself but also provides support to friends and family, creating a safety net against manipulation. With a solid foundation in education and critical thinking, individuals can better protect themselves from harmful influences and promote mental and emotional well-being. For those who have already fallen victim to mind control, recovery can be a challenging process, but there are resources and strategies that can assist along the way. In this chapter, we will discuss various support options available, including support groups, therapy, and self-care strategies that are fundamental to restoring psychological and emotional well-being. Joining support groups can be a crucial step in the recovery of individuals who have left cults or manipulative groups. These groups provide a safe space where former members can share their experiences, validate their emotions, and learn from others who have been through similar situations. The solidarity and empathy that emerge in these environments can be incredibly healing, helping individuals to realize that they are not alone in their journey. Furthermore, many support groups are facilitated by trained professionals who understand the effects of mind control and can offer practical guidance for recovery. These facilitators often utilize evidence-based approaches to help participants develop coping skills, promote resilience, and rebuild their identities outside of the group. The groups can vary in format, from in-person meetings to online forums, allowing individuals to choose what best suits their needs and circumstances. Regardless of the format, the simple act of connecting with others who understand the experience can provide a crucial sense of belonging and emotional support. Professional therapy is another essential tool for those seeking to recover from mind control. Psychologists and therapists specializing in trauma can offer valuable support, helping individuals process their experiences and deal with any trauma they may have suffered. Individual therapy can be particularly effective, as it provides a confidential and safe space to explore complex emotions and develop coping strategies. There are several therapeutic approaches that can be beneficial in recovery, including cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which focuses on identifying and reframing distorted thoughts, and exposure therapy, which helps individuals confront fears and anxieties associated with their experiences. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, therapy has also proven effective in treating trauma. In addition, group therapy can be a powerful option. This approach allows individuals to learn from each other and support one another on their journeys, fostering connection and empathy. Whether through individual or group sessions, access to a qualified therapist can be a decisive factor in the recovery of those who have suffered from mind control. In addition to seeking external support, self-care practices are essential for recovery. This can include adopting a healthy exercise routine, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in meditation, all of which help to reduce anxiety and promote mental health. Establishing regular sleep habits and nourishing oneself healthily are also fundamental to restoring emotional balance. Participating in creative activities, such as art or writing, can be a powerful form of expression and emotional release. Moreover, cultivating healthy and meaningful relationships outside of the original group can help to rebuild the support network and create a sense of belonging. These self-care strategies, combined with support resources and therapy, can facilitate a smoother and more effective recovery process, enabling individuals to rediscover their identities and strengthen their mental health. The dissemination of knowledge about mind control tactics is fundamental for preventing individuals from being manipulated by cults and extremist groups. Education serves as the first line of defense against the manipulative strategies that these organizations may employ. In this chapter, we will discuss how awareness and information dissemination can help protect not only individuals but entire communities. Promoting public education about mind control and manipulation is an effective strategy for creating a more informed and resilient society. Awareness campaigns can be conducted in schools, universities, and communities, addressing the signs of mind control and the tactics commonly used by cults and extremist groups. Educational programs may include lectures, workshops, and informational materials that help people recognize manipulative behaviors. Encouraging open discussions about the topic can demystify mind control and empower individuals to question practices and ideologies that may be harmful. The more people are aware of the signs of mind control, the less likely they are to become victims of these tactics. Media and social networks also play a vital role in the dissemination of knowledge about mind control. Mental health professionals, activists, and former cult members can utilize online platforms to share their stories and experiences, raising awareness of manipulation tactics. Documentaries, podcasts, and articles addressing the subject can generate meaningful discussions and inform a wider audience about the risks associated with manipulative groups. Moreover, social networks can serve as a space for creating support communities where individuals can connect, exchange information, and discuss their experiences. This knowledge exchange is crucial for empowering people and helping them defend against manipulation. Through ongoing education and information dissemination, society can create a protective network against mind control, ensuring that individuals are equipped with the necessary tools to resist harmful influences. At the end of this video, it is crucial to reflect on the importance of empowerment and continuous vigilance regarding mind control. The knowledge acquired about the manipulation tactics employed by cults and extremist groups is not only a tool for individual protection but also a call to action for collective awareness. Knowledge is a powerful weapon against manipulation. As individuals become more informed about the methods that manipulative groups employ, they become less susceptible to being attracted or controlled by these organizations. Education and awareness are the first steps to ensuring that people can identify and resist mind control, creating a more resilient society. Furthermore, by sharing this information with friends, family, and communities, the multiplying effect of knowledge expands, helping to create a protective network against manipulation. Through the dissemination of knowledge, individuals can not only protect themselves but also safeguard others, fostering an environment where freedom of thought and personal autonomy are valued. Continuous vigilance is equally important. Mind control can take many forms, and manipulation tactics constantly evolve. Therefore, it is essential that individuals remain alert and willing to question the information and influences in their lives. This includes being attentive to changes in their own behaviors and those around them. Self-care, as previously discussed, also plays a vital role in this process. Maintaining healthy practices and a strong social support network is fundamental for mental health and resilience. By prioritizing emotional and psychological well-being, people can better protect themselves against manipulation and ensure that their voices and thoughts remain authentic. Ultimately, this video is not merely an analysis of mind control, but an invitation for everyone to become advocates for freedom of thought and self-determination. By cultivating a critical mindset and committing to ongoing education, we can build a future where manipulation has no place and where everyone can live according to their own convictions. To strengthen the understanding of mind control tactics and offer pathways for further knowledge acquisition, this chapter will present a selection of references and additional resources. These materials include books, academic articles, and online platforms that explore social psychology, human behavior, and the dynamics of manipulative groups. Access to this information can empower individuals in the fight against manipulation and contribute to a deeper understanding of the subject. Recommended books. Cult, A Love Story by Debbie Applegate. This book narrates the author's personal experience in a cult, offering an intimate perspective on mind control tactics and the struggle for freedom. Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert B. Cialdini, a classic in social psychology. Cialdini explores the persuasion techniques that can be used to manipulate behaviors and decisions, providing valuable insights on how to resist these tactics. Brainwashing, The Science of Thought Control by Kathleen Taylor. This work offers a comprehensive analysis of brainwashing techniques, exploring the science behind mind control and its practical applications. The Cult of Trump by Stephen Hassan, a critical examination of how manipulation and mind control can occur in political contexts, including strategies used by extremist groups. International Cultic Studies Association, ICSA, a resource dedicated to the study and prevention of mind control and manipulation, offering a variety of articles, research, and support for former cult members. Freedom of Mind Resource Center, founded by Stephen Hassan. This site provides information on cults, mind control, and recovery resources, including materials for families of those involved in manipulative groups. Podcasts and documentaries. The series The Unforgivable Blackness of Being is an example of a podcast that explores mind control dynamics in various contexts. Documentaries such as Going Clear, Scientology, and The Prison of Belief offer a critical view of contemporary cults and their manipulative practices. Online courses. Platforms like Coursera and edX offer courses on social psychology and human behavior, which can be useful for deepening knowledge about mind control tactics. These references and resources can serve as valuable tools for those looking to better understand the complexities of mind control and learn how to protect themselves against manipulation. Equipped with knowledge and support, individuals can not only defend themselves but also help others navigate these challenges. Throughout this video, we explored the complex and subtle mind control tactics used by cults and manipulative groups. We discussed how these methods can impact individuals' autonomy and mental health, revealing the urgent need for awareness and education on these issues. Understanding the dynamics involved in mind control is not only crucial for self-protection but also for helping others recognize and resist these harmful influences. Armed with knowledge and critical thinking skills, we can create a safer and more resilient environment for all. Education, therapy, and self-care are fundamental to strengthening personal defenses against manipulation. As we continue to share information and experiences, we promote a culture of empowerment and support, where individual voices and choices are valued. Furthermore, it is essential to remember that the fight against mind control does not end here. Continuous vigilance and the willingness to question the influence of groups and ideas are key components in preserving freedom of thought. Everyone has a role to play in this battle, from public awareness to promoting open and informed dialogue in our communities. Finally, if you found this video informative and valuable, please remember to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to receive updates on new content. Share this video with friends and family to help disseminate knowledge and protect those you love. Leave a comment below about what you thought or share your own experiences. Your voice matters, and together we can build a future where manipulation has no place, and where each individual can live with authenticity and autonomy.